Welcome again to this video. Today we're going to delve into rational or irrational numbers, grade 10. In case you missed the odd numbers and the prime number videos, you'll see it at the end of the description, or you see it at the end of this video or at the description below. Also, don't forget we have our own WhatsApp group, so contact me through this, or we'll provide the link in the comment section or in the description below. So now work out the exact values of the following numbers as decimals or as fractions. So what are rational numbers? Rational numbers are numbers that give you a sequence that don't have a lot of decimals in it. A good example is like root 4. Root 4 gives you an exact value of 2. So that's a rational number. Or like 3 or 3, 1 over 3. It can be a decimal, but it's like, let's say 2.5. It has a sequence, the end of that. But other decimals usually are not rational numbers. So the rational numbers that you might see, for example, let's start with the root of 21. Root 21. You'll find the exact values of each number here. So for the root of 21, you have 4.58257. Let's say 4.582, 4.58257, and it's continuing. So this obviously is an irrational number. So we have root 13. Root 13 gives you 3.605055, and it's also continuing. Root 25. Root 25 gives you an exact value of 225. It gives you 15. So this is a rational number. Then we have 2.75. Okay, that's the exact value. And so you've been told that's decimals or fractions. 2.75, you can write it as 2 3/4 as fractions. So 8.25, you can write it as 8 1/4. And then we have 15.3 recurring. 15.3 recurring can be written as 15.333, and continue. So we have 6 root 3. 6 root 3 gives you an exact answer of 10.3923. 3923, and continue. Then we have, last but not least, 2 root 5, which gives you 2 root 5, 4.472, 1, and continue. Now for this one, there's something called terminating decimal. If it's a terminating decimal or a repeating decimal, is rational. Yani decimal ambayo iko na mwisho, ama ni decimal ambayo hiyo namba jirepeat, especially kama ni kitu recurring. For this one, for the first one, it's how do you say? So let's just write it as rational. You have rational, and then we also have irrational answers. So for the rational numbers, from the one that we've written down, it should be the ones that are either whole numbers or fractions that have a terminating decimal, which you can write it as fractions, or a recurring one. So for the first one is this one. So the first one is root 225. Don't write this answer. So that's the first one. The second one is 2.75, because it's a terminating decimal. Mwisho ni 52. The other one is 8.25. Again, terminating decimal. The other one is repeating itself, 15.3 recurring 333. So iko na sequence, ama hiyo decimal iko na mwisho wake. So this is the rational numbers. For irrational numbers, you don't have a sequence. Iko na decimal nyingi, hujui next number ni gani. So this include root of 21, we have root 13, we have 6 root 3, and last but not least we have 2 root 5. So no, very easy question. So rational numbers and irrational numbers. Now classify the following numbers as rational or irrational numbers. Pause the video. You can do this by yourself. Now let's find for the rational numbers. So, and then search for irrational numbers as well. For the rational numbers is like root 9. Sababu root 9 itakupa 3. So haina decimals nyingi. Root 13 cannot be a rational number. So obviously root 13 is an irrational number. We finished that. 4.75 terminating decimal, so is a rational number. 10.5 is also terminating decimal. So khalas. Root 111. If you put your calculator out of the square root 11 itakupa decimals nyingi sana. So is an irrational number. 2 root 72 is also a irrational number kwa sababu pia itakupa decimal nyingi. So 2 times root 72. 12 and a quarter, which is 12.25, obviously a terminating decimal. Terminating decimal yani iko na mwisho hiyo decimal. So 12 and a quarter is a rational number. Then we have recurring decimal 0.45. It has a sequence to it, so it's a rational number. So this one's we finished, done. 0. Now you might be asking yourself, is 0 a rational or irrational? You might be asking yourself, is 0 a rational or irrational number? Now 0 obviously is a rational number sababu haina decimal, so the endpoint is just 0. Now 1/7, very key thing, 1 divided by 7 is an irrational number. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu ya kupa answer ambayo iko na a lot of decimals. Ukichukua calculator yako angalia 3 root 16. 3 root 16. 3 root 16 is not an irrational number, is a rational number kwa sababu root 16 yakupa 4, so 3 times 4 yakupa 12. Hakuna decimal yote pale. So 3 root 16 is a rational number, and this one obviously a lot of decimals with no end to it maybe is an irrational number. Hata yenyewe pia ya kukoroga akili. So let's go to the last question. Okay, last question. Question 3. Mark arranged 27 bricks to make a cube. He then determined the number of bricks on each side of the cube as cube root of 27. So he also wanted to determine the cube root of 25. So let's find out. So classify 27, 25, cube root of 27, and cube root of 25 as rational or irrational numbers. So first, let's classify them. For 27, obviously it's a rational. Any number, all number are rational numbers. 25 is also a rational number. Kitu ambao bakia hapa ni cube root ya 27 na cube root ya 25. Cube root ya 27 inakupa 3. Okay, cube root of 27 is equal to 3, therefore is a rational number. So cube root ya 25 itakupa decimals nyingi sana. So let's confirm through our calculator. It gives us 2.9240. 2.9240 na bado yaendelea. It's not a terminating decimal, nor is it a repeating decimal. So cube root here 25 is irrational. So again, don't forget to subscribe. In case you've missed out videos of prime numbers or numbers, check it out on the description below, or you'll find it at the end of the lesson at the top there. Nadhani utaiona sahi. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.